That's right. Your words create. Watch your mouth. Watch what you're saying. Watch what you're thinking. Watch how you're saying it. Watch how you're thinking it. Huge. Your words absolutely create. I'm standing here at this beautiful spot, and there are so many turtles in this water. You might even see some. There's many, many, many. Oh, look at this guy. He's actually out of the water. I don't know if you can see that. If you can see him there. And many in the water. Anyway, I've just never seen so many, but there's a lot of tiny little fish in there too, so maybe they're chowing down. Anyway, words create. And the words I want to talk about today are I can't, don't want, and not. Yeah, those are good words to talk about. Whenever you say I, whatever follows that is going to powerfully create in your life. I am happy, I'm sad, I'm fucked, I am serious, I am doing this, I am defeated, I am hopeless, I am ugly, I am pretty, I am happy, I am free, I'm stuck. All those I's are very powerful words that follow, that create what you are. You are what you say you are. The universe believes everything you say about yourself and about everything else. So what you believe is what you'll see. And so if you're affirming it, the universe is saying, yep, you're ugly, yeah, you're broke, yeah, you're screwed, yeah, you're whatever. Yeah, it'll just agree with you all. It will agree with you all the way to the end. So what I'm going to ask you to do is pay attention to how you're thinking, how you're speaking, what vibration you're carrying. Because even if you don't say it, if you're thinking it or feeling it, you're vibrating it, and the vibration is what talks to the universe, okay? It talks to everything, in fact, just people don't realize that all our vibrations are talking to each other. They are. So, especially when you say, I can't do this, I can't, I don't have that, or I don't want this to happen. I was thinking the other day, I do this, I have to keep on top of myself too. So I was thinking like, I don't want to do this. I want, if I have to do this, then that's going to happen. I don't want to do that. I don't want it. And I have to stop and think, okay, wait, how can I rephrase this? And the way you rephrase it is talk about what you do want. So I prefer this. I prefer that. This is what I would like to see. Instead of talking what you don't have, what you can't do, what you don't want to happen, talk about what you do want to happen, because that will vibrate in your energy, and then you will start creating that in your life. It's really that simple. But the problem is most people don't watch what they're saying and what they're thinking, and they're very lazy about, I don't want this, I don't want that, I can't do this, I can't do that, I don't have this, I don't have that. And so then they just put themselves into the mode of not having, and getting what they don't want. So it all starts with staying on top of yourself. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? What are you focusing on? So instead of focusing on what you can't, I want you to focus on what you can do. And that was really going to be the title of this, but I added in some other things because I know they're popular in people's different vocabularies. But I was going to talk about, instead of saying can't, say what you can do. So in every situation, not every, but a lot of times when we really want something in our life, we're looking for a change, we want something to be different, we think, well, I can't do that because of this, and I can't do that because I don't have that money to do it. I can't do that because I don't know how I would do it. You can't do that because I don't have the time. So then when you say I can't do it for all these reasons, it's not that it's not valid, but every time you say I can't, you're slamming the door on it. I can't because slam. Did not mess up So somebody just called me, so hopefully that didn't just mess up my video. I don't know why they're calling me because they don't even have an appointment right now. I don't know where we left off, but I was saying that every time you say, I can do, what you can possibly do to start working towards this thing. Well, I can make that phone call and ask about this or that. Or that seems pretty hopeless, like that's not going to work. But I can think about that for a few days and see if I get any other ideas. I can consider maybe there's another option that I'm not seeing. So maybe I should open my energy and take a deep breath and say to the universe or your higher power, whoever you consider your higher power, I'm ready to see other possibilities, show them to me. And maybe you can ask other people what they think. What was their experience? But when you do that, it's in a way that you're kind of researching, you're opening to different possibilities, and maybe the possibilities that come to your mind right away don't seem like they're going to work, but you don't slam the door on them that fast. You let it soak in for a few days, a week, and see how things happen. Because when you open the door to what can I do, I can consider this, I can see if there's other options, I can check around, I can ask around, I can just wait for a week and see how I feel about it in a week, then you're keeping your energy open to allowing new things to come in that you hadn't thought of, that you hadn't considered, and maybe the resource or opportunity that you didn't have will come in because you have opened that space. So do you see what I'm saying? Don't shut it off with just like, with what I know right now, it's a no-go. And then just shut that off to yourself. Instead, take a deep breath and say, what can I do? How can I consider this different? How can I just wait for several days and see if things change or something new comes to me? You know what? It really works. I've been working on my own thing recently, and if you remember my video about just watching a huge lizard climbing up the tree right here, about pulling fingernails and doing things to try to force things to happen. I'll put the link up here when I upload this video to YouTube. And when I said I'm not willing to pull fingernails to make something happen, it has to feel easier, it has to feel smoother. I opened the door to considering other ways. Maybe it won't happen, maybe it will happen, but I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. And then somebody that I was working with said, you know, let's have a phone call about this. So then I had a phone call several days later, and she didn't really say anything that helped. But I'm sorry, I keep cutting out because somebody keeps calling my phone and it's really annoying me. Because why are you like stalking me? Anyway, hopefully you're getting what I'm saying because I don't know where it's cutting out. But what I was saying is, where I was in that video when I was talking about I'm not willing to pull fingernails off to make something happen, I'm still now considering what that was, and I'm not feeling like it's pulling fingernails off to make it happen. Like I've thought about, you know, well, what does that mean? I've thought about it deeper. How would that affect things? How would that change anything? Would it change anything? It's just doing it a little different than the way I'm doing it now, but basically doing it the same way. Maybe that's not a bad idea. I'm not completely, sold on it yet, but I'm getting closer to deciding, well, maybe that is an option. And in the meantime, I'm giving myself space and time to allow other possibilities to come in, other thoughts to come in. So give yourself that space and time. Instead of just saying, I can't, I don't want, all those things, stop slamming the door on yourself. Stop slamming the door on yourself. Your words create or discreate, okay? And give yourself that time to say, well, what can I do? Give yourself the space to be open to seeing what you can do to get more information. I find that gathering information and knowledge helps a lot in figuring things out. So if you give yourself that space and time to ask questions, even if you don't agree with it, just gather knowledge, gather thoughts. It helps to open those pathways. Now, I did another video recently about opening your mind openings, and I'll link that here too, because it's really important when you can be open and open different mind pathways to get your answers that you wouldn't normally get with a quick judgment, with a snap decision. Okay, snap decisions aren't really recommended, to be honest. Even if you think you know, there's a lot of things you don't know. And if you just gave yourself the time and space to gather information, figure out things, let your mind sink into it a little bit, you might find that you actually have the answer and you didn't realize that it was right there. So this is very important. Your life can expand and you can create better things for yourself when you give yourself that time and space to allow it to come in. Because remember, if there's something you want in your life and you've never had it, you've actually got to match that energy to get it. And you have to think differently to get it, because if you keep making decisions based on the way you've always made decisions and keep doing things based on the way you've always done it, you're not going to get that thing, because you didn't have that thing when you were being that way. So in order to get that new thing, you've got to think new ways, you've got to consider new ways, you've got to open up new pathways in your mind to relate to things in new ways so you can let these new things in. You're never going to get that amazing thing or that next thing that you've never had until you allow your mindsets, your thoughts, your energy to shift with it and vibrationally match it. So it's really important to stop thinking about the can'ts and why you can't and what you don't want, and start considering what you can do. Start with what you know, but give yourself that space opening to let more thoughts in, and talk to people, get new perspectives. Again, you may not agree with them, but when you hear new perspectives, it's opening different pathways in your mind that can bring in other perspectives that you wouldn't be aligned with receiving. So it's really important, super important, okay? So go try it out, watch how you think, watch how you speak. If you catch yourself slamming the door on yourself with the can'ts and I don't want and nots and all those things, stop yourself and start saying, what can I do? I'm going to open the space for a week. I'm going to let this simmer. I'm going to just think of other things and give yourself the chance to allow in something new that you really want in your life. This is imperative and absolutely mandatory, actually, to manifest or experience new things in your life that you have never seen before. You can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. Einstein said that, and that is brilliant. You've got to change up the way you think, the way you speak, the way you consider, the way you listen, the way you open space to allow the new to come in and integrate in your mind, in your energy, in the way you think about it. Okay? I hope that was really helpful for you guys. Thank you for joining me for Veda Day 15, blog every day in August. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe now. And remember to click on the bell icon to be notified when I come on live or upload new videos. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you loved the video, share it. Thank you for being here, everyone. Have a great day. Remember, stay open, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace out, everyone. Have a great day.